So what's our most popular e-product on discovermirrorless.com? That's easy. It's the talking trading card. This came from an idea I had when I was chit-chatting with my sister-in-law about the little printed trading cards that I have of my nephew. It's kind of a mock baseball card, and it's printed two sides, and it's got a really fun picture on the front, and on the back, it's got some stats. Well, actually, my nephew's stats were fake stats, but it was really charming. Well, then she wanted to have it on her iPhone. And when we bought the electronic version, it didn't move and it didn't do anything, and she hated it. So I figured, wouldn't it be cool if we applied some of these auto editing technologies that are popping out into making a talking trading card? And we do have a cool one here. Now, you can use this for any sport that you want to, and of course, it's going to blend photo and video, and it's going to need for you to shoot video that has audio, a spoken voice audio on it. But it ends up being really spectacular. Take a look at one of my favorite trading cards of my little buddy named Pablo.
Hi, I'm Will Pablo Malgon. I play second base. My favorite team is Chicago Cubs. I love baseball.
Isn't he terrific? What a great little guy. Well, here's what's inside. Let me show you what's in the eKit that you get from discovermirrorless.com. Now, I've got these listed in alphabetical order for you. And the first file you're going to see is background.mp4. That's a video file. And if you play it, you'll see that it's the background, those little swirly movie pieces that are in the back of the talking trading card that add a little texture and depth maybe to the piece. Next, we're going to have the graphics. There's graphic1.mov. That's a piece of video, all the way through graphic4.mov. All of those are video files, and you'll notice that they've got the chroma key green in them. The editing system that we use will sense that green, and then we will turn it transparent. That allows those graphics to ride on top of your photo and on top of your video files and look perfect, like they're made for it. Very cool, right? Next up is the logo.png, or you could use logo.jpg. But what that is that's not your studio logo. Nope, that's the logo from the team that I'm shooting here, the Berkeley Bearcats. Now, if they don't have an electronic version of their logo, don't freak out. Just shoot a photo of their logo on a baseball cap or on a jersey or even on a printed piece to get that symbol or whatever they use. If they have a mascot, you could shoot a picture of a mascot too. It just needs to be square, so that the auto editing system will see that square image and it'll put it where it's supposed to be, right on that stats page. And I think it puts it in the lower corner too. Next up is music. Wow. Now, the music that we have here inside these templates are licensed for us to resell to you. To resell. I know it sounds confusing, but it's very simple. We've made a wonderful agreement with the musicians and the musicians' talent agent representatives to allow us to take this piece of music and edit it a little bit, but then have you use it as many times as you want to make this e-product. You cannot take the music out of this and use it for something else besides this e-product without violating the agreement. And let's not do that. We want the musicians to get paid too, so that when next year we go to make another template, we'll be able to go back to those same folks. They're very good to us. So this music file is more than just the music. It's leveled the way it needs to be. It gets louder and softer as the e-product progresses, and it's got the sound effects already built into it. Those whirs and whooshes and buzzes and clicks that you hear are very masterfully edited into this music piece, and they're playing back in sync with the edits that need to happen through the automated editing system. It's rather complicated, but it's really cool. Let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? The photos. You'll see here that we've got photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, 4, 5, and take a look at number 7. This really represents what I like to do as far as the quality of the photos. Now, I'm going to use a ring light a lot, and this is an LED ring light from the good folks at Quantum. This is called an Omicron, and it comes in a couple of varieties. Of course, it's going to glow continuously, but it's also going to have a version that will flash if you wanted to too. That way, if you're working outside and you need to catch up with some shadows or you need to have a little fill flash look, it's a very powerful flash. In fact, the flash of that LED is 4 times more powerful than the continuous glow. That gives us that really cool look. Let's take another look at photo number 7. Notice the background? That's just a cheap old roll of black background paper. That's all that is. And when I use a ring light, I shoot straight up against it. Then the reflection off the surface of that paper gives me that cool kind of grayish glow. Now, if you look at the edges between the background and the subject, you'll see a couple things. One, you'll see I shoot at a very shallow depth of field, which is just my effect, and I've got that really cool ring around the subject there too. That's from using a ring light, relatively close. I'm about 4.5 feet away from the subject. And I've got that kid pushed right up against the piece of paper. That gives me that really cool edge light that I like. For me, that's a cool look. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy, and it allows me to shoot hybrid. Meaning I can use that LED to shoot a still photo, and I can use that same LED at the same setting to shoot video, right? Nice stuff. Next, let's take a look at the sound effects folder. Now, you don't have to be concerned with any of the files that are inside here. These are the sound effects that are already embedded into the music.mp3 file. And in case somewhere down the road you ever wanted to customize your template, which you're certainly more than welcome to do, those files may need to be rearranged for you. So that's why we kept them into the kit. Next, you're going to see the talkingtrader.pst. That's the Pro Show template format. And Pro Show Producer is an extremely powerful software application that if you have a PC, you can actually run that and convert these templates if you wanted to into eProducts. But Pro Show is one of those things that most people only use a little bit of it. Well, we've got a turbocharged version of Pro Show at the Hybrid Lab that uses this to convert all of these cool photos and videos and audio files into the eProduct itself. So don't be concerned about that PST file. It's just there in order for you to upload to a Hybrid Lab that knows what that is. And it's also there for you to use and to modify if you wanted to in Pro Show Producer if you want to do it yourself. Next, I've included a sample of the Talking Trading Card. And this next file is talkingtrader.mov. And that is going to be the full start-to-finish eProduct that you can use to show people that you're going to work with, show your kids if you're going to make a mock-up of there. Now, you could use that to sell to your customers, but if you're not going to use the ring light and you don't have the lighting and the look the way I do, you probably shouldn't use that as a sample to go get work, but you could if you wanted to. You have my permission, so go right ahead. But the best thing to do is to practice a little bit, of course, but you should create a sample or a pair of samples that have your look to it. And if you want to change from color to black and white or whatever, go right ahead. Next, we'll see a series of video files here that most of them are 3 seconds long. You can have the kids say whatever you want to, as long as the video clip opens with a quiet moment, then the kid speaks, and then it's a quiet moment, and then it ends. Take a look. Here is video1.mp4.
Hi, I'm Juan Pablo Malgon.
And then here's video2.mp4.
I play second base.
Notice how I asked him to look like a tough guy in that shot? Yeah, it didn't work, did it? No. Next, we've got another 3-second video. That's video3.mp4.
My favorite team is Chicago Cubs.
And video4.mp4.
I love baseball.
And then notice I changed up just a little bit. I want that last shot in this eTemplate to be a black and white image. So I'm actually going to change my camera over to record in black and white video mode. That was video5.mp4, and I wanted to share a little kind of advanced user tip with you. One of the reasons I like to use mirrorless cameras for jobs like this is, of course, they're faster than DSLRs when you switch between photo and video. Plus, also on this GH3 that I use a lot, there is a custom mode. I've got C1, C2, and C3, and I can set those up any way I like, and then I can refer back to those at any time. So here's how I use that to help me out with these. The C1 mode is set to manual exposure, but it's in the vibrant colors mode. I've got the color balance set, the white balance set the way I want to, and I've also got the color amplified. I'm increasing the saturation, I'm boosting up the sharpness, I'm boosting up the contrast a little bit, and there's a couple other things in that camera that I like. One's called intelligent resolution that puts a little kind of edge on things. That allows me to flip into that C1 mode and shoot those bold, vivid colors. But then, when the last shot of that sequence happens, and I want to shoot that black and white of the kid slow-moing with the bat, right? He's really swinging that slow like that. I want to do that. Well, I flip over to C2 on my camera, and it's already set to record in black and white. Photo, video, doesn't matter. Whatever is in C2 mode is going to make it black and white. That means that I can flip between C1, C2 anytime I want to. In this case, I'm going to have that camera, the control, in my hands, and I'm going to flip from C1 to C2, shoot that black and white. I'm not going to take my fingers off of this until I click it back to C1. That way I know when the kid comes back in, it's going to be a color shot. So I hope you get the opportunity to maybe explore a little bit. Go ahead and shoot this eProduct the way I did, and then explore in different directions. Use this for all kinds of different sports, of course, but use it for a car show. Use it for a swap meet. Use it for, I don't know, dog show. Have a dog talk. That would be really fun. And if you get a really cool eProduct that you'd like to share that came out of this template, or if you've modified the template in some way and you want to show us something cool, please go to discovermirrorless.com. Click on the Ask Will section. That's me. Send a little email to me, maybe upload or send me a link in that email system, and that allows me to share it with everybody else. I'd love to see what you can do with this. We think the talking trading card is an extremely powerful solution, and we also think that it's going to change how the volume kids shooters sell products to mom and dad and grandma. Hope you like it as much as we do and go out and make a ton of money with it. We'll have more sports trading card solutions like this coming up in the future, so stay tuned to discovermirrorless.com and shootsmarter.com.